Hey everyone, welcome back. It has been a minute since I've recorded anything new because I've been so busy as of late. Today we are starting a new show called The Apothecary Diaries. This is what the community voted on for me to react to next. I actually know pretty much nothing about this show. I barely read just a couple sentences of the synopsis, which didn't really tell me a whole lot. There's some kind of like a marriage involved or something. That's literally all I know. So I don't know what sort of story this is, whether it's grounded in reality or if there's a bit of fantasy elements in this, but I'm gonna see if we can get through 2 episodes this time around. So I see that the season has already finished, so we've got a lot to catch up on. But guys, feel free to check out my YouTube memberships. The episodes are going to release first to my members and then later on to you guys. So by the time you're seeing this, most likely my members have already been watching this. It's so weird watching a new show. I feel like I've been living in Fleeden for months and months and months now. The art style looks really good. I like the character design so far. Is this the same character as the girl they've been showing us?
Maomao.
Maomao.
最近女狩りが多いから気をつけていくんだよ。行ってきます。
So since I mentioned I read that there's something about a marriage, maybe she gets married into a rich family or something? Oh wow. Really cool music. Interesting that everybody looks the same.
また傷増えてるじゃないの。
いつもの薬の実験だよ。
ちゃんとご飯食べてる？
姉ちゃんは相変わらずご立派なことで。まさか人さらい？
She might get kidnapped.
ああ、親父心配するだろうな。
Wow, just straight up got kidnapped. Okay, we're just time jumping. Okay.
親父ちゃんと飯食ってんだろうか。
So she got kidnapped and she's been gone for 3 months.
高級は帝の子をなすための女の園だ。男子の立ち入りは一切禁止。
Oh wow, that's kind of shitty.
この札どこの部屋かわかる？ああ、
Wow,
これは
so
藤の
everybody
球だから。
that we're interacting with is like a potential person to give birth for the emperor.
要は見た目だ。そばかす。絶壁。
At least we got some good humor sprinkled here and there.
ねえ聞いた？地方にものすごく綺麗な宦官がいるんだって。
I wonder what that is. I get that it's this dude, but what's his position?
随分とお痩せになって。ああ。
勝利。
申し訳
Oh,
な
are
いで
they
す。
sick?
医官は今、東宮の処置にかかりきりでして。
そうですか。
And that's where we're gonna get homegirl, and she's gonna cure the babies.
高級で生まれるお世継ぎの連続死。今の帝には皇后がいないから東宮が生まれたリ
So
バ
far,
様
they've
が
only kind of teased that Maomao likes to mess with certain medicines, but she hasn't really gotten to shut her stuff yet in terms of like what she knows.
頭痛、腹痛、吐き気。
やっぱり絶対呪い
呪いだなんてくだらない。
She's a lady of science.
たかが噂話に何を真剣になってるんだ。こんなのはただの憶測に過ぎない。チートばかし言ってみるか。
It's like a mystery or a challenge.
てるな。
お前が悪いんだ。
玉葉様。
幼児の死亡、頭痛と腹痛と吐き気。
So this must be like her ticket into being noticed.
何かかけるものさえあれば。
She vanished. She's like a ghost. I'm sorry. I'm going to educate myself on what that term.
宮を訪ねて娘を見て
I
もらい
see.
たいと。
Okay.
おしろいは毒、赤子に触れさすな。
この文、一体
体誰が
それを探していただきたいのです。
So is he specifically here to figure this out, or are they just putting it upon him at this time to figure it out?
わざわざ集まってもら
So
っ
the
て申
stitching
し
on a
訳
dress,
な
that
い
could be a defining feature. So he knows, oh, it's the one with the dress.
私は高級管理者の人士だ
Jinchi.
もったいないな。この美貌があるのに子供がなせないなんて。あ、そばかすを。
やばい。
今日はこれ
何か目をつけられるようなヘマをしたか。まさか先日の文が。そうか。この中で文字を
He must be extremely perspective to see something in her, unless maybe he has maybe a false idea.
黙ってついてこい
Don't touch me.
手数をかけました。
あなたが
リンリーの命を助けていただき、
I thought maybe she was the one that left that flower there, but
これは下女の仕事着に使われる布だと知っているかもしかしてスカートの裾でも裂いたのだろうか
there, it's all coming together.
私の育った花町でも高級おしろいを使っている妓女は多くいました。そしてほとんどがおしろいに含まれる毒に体を蝕まれ。
Wow, so she had to experience a lot of this earlier.
フミを見つけて、リファ妃にもおしろいのことを伝えましたが、私が何を言っても逆効果だったみたいです。
I would like to understand the dynamic between
それでは
these
今日か
different
ら
women.
私
It
の次
seems
女になっ
like
てもらいます。
they're very much at odds. They're competing for something.
やばいやばいやばいやばいやばいやばいやばい。
Maybe since they all have kids, they all are like fighting for power.
まあいわゆる出世である。
Okay, I think I'm understanding this a little bit more. Maybe not every woman in there is potential to have a child, but the very beautiful women are the particular ones. More poison? Everyone's getting poisoned in this show. Okay, well, we'll listen to this outro. That's interesting. So I wonder if that's going to be the kind of the basis for all of these episodes, or most of them is just helping people, you know, curing illnesses, educating people, things like that. So pretty interesting so far. It's got a nice balance between like serious stuff and some humor, but it seemed to tease it very lightly. So I feel like the show has a lot to say. It's just not saying a lot of it because it's just the first episode. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that is. I want to meet more characters. I feel like this show would have characters that I would really love, and I'm looking forward to seeing who they are and just kind of seeing like how these relationships evolve too, because everybody's still very much at arm's length with each other, so we haven't gotten comfortable with each other yet. But we're gonna go ahead and dive on into the next one. So yeah, and I can't believe I didn't realize what a eunuch was. Like, I've just never, you know, there's just certain terms where you just never had to use them before. So when I looked it up, I was just like, oh, of course that's what it is. Why did I not catch on to that? But this is definitely a setting that I know very little about. I'm going to be pretty ignorant going through this, I feel like.
毒
食事は村で作ら
Well,
れた
now that they know
異民族に組みしたと
an
して
apothecary, they can send her out and see what's going on.
薬に対する知識を利用しない手はないだろ
ですがその知識を悪用された
悪用できないようにすればいい念のため色目でも使っておくか
He knows what he's got. He knows what he's doing.
玉葉妃にしっかり使えるように
失礼します。
She's the only one not impressed.
気持ち悪い。
She gets that he's good looking, but she just doesn't go for that.
紹介するわ。翡翠宮の侍女たちよ。みんな集まって。
はーい。はじめまして、インファです。わからないことがあったら。
So when they say ladies in waiting, do they then become someone in line to bear a child?
あなたはお部屋で休んでいて。
特別なお仕事もあることだし。
特別な仕事。
No, they already decided for her to go out there and help those people.
必死に包帯で隠しているけど、傷跡よね。きっと故郷で親から虐待されて、高級に売り飛ばされ
Nope.
た。
じゃあ呼ばれるまで待機していてね。
あの。
I was about to say she's moving up, but I wasn't sure if this would be considered moving up.
だけどあの目は。
Just paranoid that if, you know, they move her around, there could be like a negative aspect to it as well.
毒味薬薬やお前の仕事だ。
毒味
現に玉葉妃の妊娠が分かった頃、2回ほど毒が盛られた。当時の毒味役だった次女は神経をやられ。
Okay, yeah, so there's definitely some politics involved in all this.
花町の家にいた頃は実験と称し腕でいろいろと試してきた。
Oh my god, she was using a snake on
少し
herself.
ずつ毒に体を慣らしてきたから多くの毒が効かなくなっている。正
Oh.
直さらわれて連れてこられたのに今も人さらいどもに給金の一部が送られていると考えると腹渡が煮えくり返ります。
I'm glad she's being open about this stuff.
次女のお給金じゃ払えないわ。これじゃあ実家への仕送りもできない。むしろ請求するくらいじゃないと。
仕送り分から差し引いてください。足りなければ手持ちからも。
え
That's funny.
毒味役の追
Yeah, I
加
was
請
saying,
求
I'm glad
危険手当よ。
she's being open about her
給料と
situation.
ほぼ
I would have expected
人
that
さ
to
ら
be
いた
kept a
ちの金
secret.
が渡らない分得をしたことになる。ありがとうございます。
And then it's also cool that she's working for someone so nice.
毒味役として呼ばれるのは2回の食事と昼のお茶会。せっかく
なぜ聞かない。
Oh, that's great. He like
ある武官からもら
just
った
did a
もの
little
なんだ
quick
が見せてくれない
test.
か。
サイン剤入りですね。
食べなくてもわかるのか。
この男まさかサイン剤入りと知ってて食べさせようとは。
もう一つお前に聞きたい件がある。
なんでしょ
先日遠征に出ていた異民族の討伐部隊が毒を盛られた。
Finally.
食事は近隣の村で作られた。異民族に組下として村長を捕らえたが、とある武官がその場を鎮め、処分は保留となってい
I
る。
have a feeling it's not the
う。
villagers.
この花は尺投げと言います。
美味しいの？
これは葉に毒がありますが、枝や根に毒があるものもあり、中には生木を燃やすだけで毒になるものも。
Crazy. There's a lot of plant life that's not so good for them that they constantly surround themselves with.
ご用が済みましたならこれで。
いや、待て。
まだ何か。
Go there.
美薬を作ってくれないか。
She's like, yes, finally something to
時
do.
間それに準ずるものなら作れます。
She's like, hell yeah, a real job. And plus she'll have like the resources of the palace,
なんか
so
よ自分を浴場の相手にしないばかりか、あんな目で。あんな軽蔑した目で見られたのは初めてだ。
it bothers him and that doesn't work on her.
それでは行ってきます。
頑張ってね。
はい。
I think it's fun when they draw her as a cat.
普段はジン様の付き人をしています。
あれの付き人は大変そうだな。
Well, you suck, dude. You couldn't figure out what was going on.
自由に使っていいと言われています。
Those drawers have probably like every ingredient she could possibly want.
あとは
あちらですね。
よく気がつくな。それに比べて主人は
Compared to this jackass.
チョコレートっていうの。マオマオ？あ
They made her eat it.
これなら冷やす必要もないか。さ、洗い物でもするかな。
Someone's gonna get their hands on that, right? Oh no. Oh my god.
でどういうことなの？
どうと言われましても大丈夫です。見せていた。
これが例の美薬なの？
What was that?
倍は効くと思いますけど。
3倍。持続の方かし
聞こえなかったことにしよう。それから
Yeah, let's not put too much thought into what was just said.
あの子、薬を作れるんですね。
ら。頼もしいわね。
やっと終わった。
He's still trying. He is trying so hard.
被害者が出なければいいけど。
I wonder who sent him stuff, though. Oh. What was that about? Okay, I think I have a pretty decent grip on what sort of show this is. This episode was a lot funnier than the first one. A lot of good humor in it. I was about to mention something about how the setting looked very Chinese, and I wanted to just look that up just in case I was wrong. But okay, the country is fictional. However, it is based on Imperial China. So that all makes sense now because some of the terms and like the names, I think I saw the name Shaolin somewhere in there in one of these episodes. I love the setting. I love the aesthetics of the architecture, the clothing. I was kind of hoping that we would actually be able to travel outside the palace to be able to go to the soldiers and see what's going on, but Maomao just basically solved everything right there on the spot. So it's interesting that they'll just allow her to just do that, because more than likely they need her to be around the concubine. From looking at the length of the season, I assume that at some point we might be able to travel outside the palace just to see what's going on out there, and we're probably just kind of getting used to the world, what it's like over here at the palace. But as I thought, Maomao got her own little area to be able to make all of her drugs. I am interested in seeing what Guyokyo is going to do with Maomao's abilities, because even though she's nice, I feel like she's kind of caught in like a Game of Thrones situation. She has to play the game. She can't afford to just be a nice person. She may have to defend herself, or at least maybe manipulate someone else to get some sort of gain somewhere to make her life a little easier. So hopefully some more light will be shed on what she has to deal with and why what she does is necessary. This was a pretty lighthearted episode, even though there were certain serious subject matters. I feel like there's a lot of seriousness buried deep with underneath all these different layers. They hide it underneath a lot of lightheartedness and humor. I think there are very little anime-esque elements that are built within the formula, but I think it's really aware of it and is kind of putting us on a more accelerated rate when it's telling these stories. I feel like I've already learned quite a bit, and I'm already now kind of getting used to some of these characters, and we're only on episode 2. Perhaps I've been living in the world of Frieden for a little too long, because Frieden is very slow, and I got used to that slowness. I think I need to reacclimate to a faster paced style of storytelling. I'm already looking forward to whether this show can really hit me in the feels department, if it can get just really serious and really heighten its drama. I would also like to eventually see what sort of stakes could be raised in the show too. Could I be afraid of losing someone, or could I be afraid of certain relationships dissolving? But okay guys, that's it from me. Really enjoyed it. Hope you did too, and I'll see you next time.